I'm here with the man of the hour, Hall H. Tell us what the feeling was like when you walked out. I hear it's almost like a sporting event. The sound.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to compare it to that, but it's certainly not like walking into my local pub or I don't know, going around to a friend's house. It's extraordinary. It's completely overwhelming, if I'm honest. It's very, very humbling. I mean, that amount of I know those people have waited a long time to have any energy whatsoever and not just be like crumpled bits of paper on the floor is a miracle in itself. But then to get that wave of love and support and enthusiasm, it's bliss. It's amazing. But when it actually happens, I didn't know what to do with it. It's like it's a very peculiar. It's just completely surreal. It's really surreal. But I mean, I hope I had a brief moment where I got to acknowledge the fans who make that happen. I mean, that's them. And that's what makes Hall H. That's what makes that atmosphere. It's all about this incredible enthusiasm for films and for what we do and for the Marvel comic universe and cinematic universe. And whether it's in cosplay or queuing for hours or just coming from around the world, whatever the sort of levels of effort and always it's just turning up because you know someone who knows someone. The amount of support is it's wonderful. It's the biggest home crowd I think I'll ever have. It's amazing.
For fans who couldn't make it out to Hall H, what did they miss Doctor Strange-wise from you?
What did they miss? Sorry, about.
What did they miss Doctor Strange-wise from you?
From me?
Yeah.
Well, I said probably. I have no idea. I mean, I really was a little bit overcome. I was asked a question about. Yeah, I was asked a question about how does this differ from other iconic characters you were playing, and I my brain was kind of going, oh God, I don't want to give any spoilers away. In comparing, I might accidentally say, well, there's that's different because and then I've done it. I've blown something. So the critic and voice in my head was so loud. I have no idea what I said. So I really can't tell anyone what they missed. I mean, they missed a clip. They missed a big clip in which Doctor Strange meets the Ancient One and has his mind blown, well and truly blown. And hopefully the audience is too when they go on that ride with him. But anyway, that aside, we dropped the trailer and that apparently went around the world at the same time. Which I thought, all that stuff is so exciting. And but that was the first time I'd seen it as well. It's weird. You're up there and you're sort of, my God, this is sort of crazy. This must be what it feels like to be a Beatle or a god. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then you're down on the floor again. You're watching it, and it's a very odd experience watching yourself full stop. But when it comes to being in that company of an audience as well, it's doubly overwhelming. I need to go to a quiet room, maybe have a beer, just breathe deep, and then maybe I don't know. I'll go home. I'll pick up my baby. I'll hug my wife, and then maybe Sophie and I would just sit down and we'll watch it together and go, oh, right, okay, that's what I'm part of. Because I can't quite take it in right now.
Well, obviously, you're no stranger to the nerd community with and Hall H.
Seemingly not. I mean, yeah.
Is there a difference between
accidentally kind of done a lot of that stuff, but
like the Star Treks and the Marvels, or is it kind of a similar situation?
I don't. Well, I don't know. I haven't had so much experience. I've done a couple of conventions, and God, that there were strong feelings about Khan and Star Trek Into Darkness, as we know. There was a kind of weird backlash post the film, which did very well. I had very positive feedback when it first came out, but I don't get too embroiled in that side of things either way. If people compliment me on my work, I'm very flattered. If they don't like it, that's fine as well. Christ, it's a big world, and there's plenty of people to choose from. So I don't know what I'm saying. Really, yeah. Are they different? Yes, of course they are, because the roles are different. That's really the fundamental thing. But you get people that cross over. Zoe Saldana, exactly. Yeah. So she's a real case in point. And look, I mean, these films are such good fun to do. They're really hard work, as Zoe will tell you. Getting up at 2:30 in the morning to do 4 hours of makeup. I don't think I could do that. Amazing, and then turn in a performance to be as kick-ass. I really don't think I could do what she does. So hats off to her. And she's a mother of twins. I mean, she's a ridiculous woman. She's an amazing, amazing person. And it's really nice to reconnect with her, actually. She's a dear friend, especially after what happened to Anton and his passing, which has just kind of shocked all of us who knew him, and I only briefly, but beautiful human being, brilliant actor, much missed. And, to see her, that was very poignant for me as well for that reason, but just to see a familiar face. I had a great time doing that film. I had a great time doing Strange. And you build families with jobs, so it's lovely when you see different members from other families kind of interacting in different kind of, the collegiate world of what surrounds you in the Marvel universe.
Thanks so much, Benedict. So, I interviewed you earlier. This was before the Hall H panel. Tell me, what's it like after the Hall H panel?
Well, it's quite overwhelming. I mean, I thought I was just a member of the Marvel family, which was fairly big. Everybody was doing Marvel films. But then you realize that the family is also the fans. They are a huge part of this, and they're embracing all the products coming out of the studio.
So what was the reaction like when you came out? I just hear, I've never been to that, but I hear it's like almost like a football stadium roar. Like,
Yeah, people go ballistic when they introduce the characters and when they see the clips. And then you also just get like, oh, what was that? Certain films you never heard of before, and then there's a niche you never seen because they go completely ballistic or something. So it's a strong fan base they have.
thanks so much as always, man. You're great.
Yeah.